the easy guy. First thing I want to do though is before we get started, this is something I've been meaning to do for a while. And just because of timing, I haven't gotten to do it and I don't want to forget tonight. So if I could have Mr. Adam come out here, please. Take off that belt. Very well deserved. Very, very, very well deserved. It's about time. Yeah. And no, unexpected, but incredibly deserved. Ready? Congratulations.
Good taijutsu.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, of course, of course. But as we know, just like Adam, all things come in pairs.
I hope I'm the pair.
You are, yeah. Oh, just to let you know. Yeah, I was talking about Jack. No, take that belt off. You, over the last 6-7 months, have just jumped up a massive notch. I couldn't be more proud. Because if you didn't, I'd probably just keep you in that forever. But you have not. Your movement has gotten so good. I am super proud of you. Raise those arms. Get ready. Ready?
Yep. Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Good job. Good job. Okay, so tonight we are going to be looking at Musha Dori on the ground. Okay, and the way we're going to get down to it is through a Koto-yu kata called Kata Maki, which means one arm wrap. But since I want to make sure though, I know you guys are warmed up for about Adam, real quick. Let's actually just look at Musha Dori real quick. So we're going to start in this grappling position. I'm just going to move over to one side, rip that arm out.
Yep.
Move over to this side. Don't bother to take him down right yet. I just want to make sure everyone kind of remembers how to get in there. We're just moving, throwing our arm off to the side, standing next and parallel, pulling up on that arm. Okay, let's just do that for a couple minutes and we'll see where everybody's at because we are going to get pretty gnarly with the shoulders tonight. All right.
His hand is here. As I step towards him, his hand gets closer. My arm just goes over. Right now, there's no here. I'm just going to raise it. There's no. I mean, this is the equivalent of picking up a. No offense to Artie, like picking up a coffee cup, an empty coffee cup. I don't want to see if you get in a position where you're here and you feel like you have to bicep curl this human being. Number one, does that make sense? I'm going to take it. I'm going to bicep curl him in, arm off. No, I want to be in a very technical position. So behind him, parallel behind him here. All right, arms at a 90. Okay? Please do not pull hard. It means you're in the wrong position. You pull hard. I got to pull. I want you actually parallel and behind her. On the same plane, right? That's what's going to be. If I stop here, I don't have this. It means I have to pull. I don't want to do that. Put yourself in a better position and be here. This literally just stayed in the same place. I moved. All right? So behind her and parallel. All right? Let your body do the work. Go ahead.
Lynn, come on. So we're just going to take, grab Makawan, blah, 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 blah. We're just going to take the person down here. All right, we're going to have this arm, typically, which is going to be kind of outstanding, maybe still grabbing onto us. All right, or yeah, right here. It's just got up. Maybe I've grabbed onto the wrist. I'm going to step over, kneel down, push, and get this. Musha Dori right here. All right, a lot of pressure. They don't have the ability to contort their back like they do when they're standing, because my knee's right there. So when you're standing up, you can do this. You can't do this down here. I'm right there. This is all this. And I'm protecting her from being able to shove her out that way to protect herself because I have this foot right here.
Yeah.
So I'm protecting both ways for her. And this is super tight right now. And all I would have to do is just switch my hips or change my knees and go down on this one, bring this one up, and this thing's broken. Okay? So Leslie, just so you can, which is a good arm?
That's one.
Okay. So I'm here with Leslie. I don't care how you take him down. Here we're just taking, this arm's up. Okay? We're gonna step over, step on that arm, kneel down, capture,
Yep.
and we're gonna do it right this way. All right, we're gonna go slow just so we get this because I don't wanna see people really trying to crank on this. If you jump down on this and it's wrong, you're gonna break their arm. All right, we still have to be able to get this motion, this bend, in here. Once you get the bend, you're gonna sit up, lean back, and wait for that tap. Okay? Make sense? All right, be gentle. This is a precarious position.
This and maybe a specific way to kind of grab to facilitate learning how to do this. Right now, my partner has my sleeves grabbed, so we've been kind of working through this sotogake, and he's maybe holding on to his sleeve still. Somebody going down to the ground might be trying to grab you and pull you down with him, right? So this is where we're already kind of starting to sneak this in here a little bit. You can see right now, if my body's in the way, my arm is on the inside. I'm gonna start weaving this in. I might even put a little hand on his chest just for a moment to prevent him from coming around. You'll notice Adam's up on his side. If he's flat on his back, this kind of changes the angle of this quite a bit. Y'all can see me leaning quite a bit. So generally, I'm gonna try to get them on their side, and you can feel that there's some compression between my leg and my other thigh, yes?
Yep.
And then here's our break. And if I extract, there's our braking direction, right up like this. So if you're needing a little bit of help sort of threading this needle as the UK going down, hold on. Imagine you're trying to pull this person down with you. And that actually kind of gives the technique a little bit. So they made a mistake. All right, that's all. Yosh.
So we're down here. We've gotten this position. He's up. I've seen a couple people who have been very, they're out here. Like there's a long distance between their elbow and this person's elbow. I really would like to have that tight. I can work this a lot better if this is snug. I may even shove it up in there so I can get in there. But if I'm like this and my elbow pit is way far from his elbow pit and I try to do this, I don't have as much torque. He could probably slip out. He can definitely adjust, which is great. We'll just break him this way. Yeah. But for here, let's get this tight. This way, elbow pit to elbow pit. And then we'll go have some fun, okay? Make sure that, I want that just in there. Just like if we were standing. This is here. I'm not doing Musha Dori like this, right? We're going over. This is elbow pit, elbow pit. Elbow pit, elbow pit. Okay, go ahead.
And I'm gonna have you straight flat on your back, okay? If Adam reaches up a hand to grab my sleeve, you can break this down this way if you want to kind of work the basics. This is not a bad thing to do. If he's flat on his back, I've mentioned I really have to bend forward to get this, to get the kind of depth, that elbow to elbow depth Mr. White is talking about. I really have to bend over. Adam could theoretically bridge me from here, and plus he can reach my head and face, and I don't like that. I want to take this arm out of play, and I want to give myself more access to this without breaking my kamae. So you can start from this sort of 3/4 mount position if you'd like, and let's kind of get our partner up onto his side a little bit. This is a way to maybe break down some of this movement. Now you can see where we have a bit easier of a thread here. His elbow is passed in front of my body, and I'm not bending forward a whole bunch to try to make this work. Here we are, we've got that. If he's flat on his back, I can't do that. I need him up on his side. Oh, there we go. Not a bad idea to practice finagling into this position a little bit as a way to just get comfortable with this movement, okay? Yeah. I actually suggest that if you're having a hard time at all technically with this, to get used to getting somebody up on their side and gathering this as you go. Questions? Does anybody need to see or feel that?
It's just like in stand-up, you push somebody kind of in front of you in that.
Yeah, we're kind of taking this. Yeah, you know, if I didn't have this arm and I kept going, I'm almost kind of rolling Adam toward his stomach. But unfortunately, we're in the way. So, keep going.
How's everybody doing so far? Has everybody's shoulders all warmed up now? Sure. We'll give them a break for a second, kinda. This is Kata Maki, one arm wrap from Koto-yu. We're gonna look at a Henka version of it a little bit to kind of put this Musha Dori in. But we're gonna do it kind of in a unique way, which will give your arm a little bit of a break. It's a right, left, and notice I'm kind of far back. I'm not approaching him like this, which we typically would for Musha Dori. I'm actually here, but I'm gonna be able to get a Musha Dori on him from this position. But problem is, I got this hand coming into play really, really quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift forward, and I'm going to rotate to get my hand to here. All right, so without taking a step, I have to do a weight shift, go, and now I get the Musha Dori, taking that hand out of effect, and then from there, I'll show you the drop in a second. All right, it's a nifty way to get into one. 1, 2, here. All right, from there, we reef up and go down. All right, let's explore that angle, just because I don't want people to think that you always have to be here, because that means that thing's coming. This is really, really close. All right, so to be able to get out of here, stuff like that, I gotta do a lot of movement. If I'm here, yes, that may be coming. Come. Still can work it. Okay, so I want us to be able to, how can we get to a Musha Dori that's not always from a perpendicular start? We're actually in a parallel start. I'm going to shift forward, but shifting forward, normally taking back. But I'm going to rotate my body so my hand goes in front of him to here. And then we can go. Okay? Not as bad, is it?
No.
Yeah, it's actually an easier version. Yeah. Sure. Right, left, here. All right, so I'm out. Made this contact. I'm going to shift forward and rotate so this hand winds up in front of Adam. And I'm going to scoop him right into this Musha Dori. Okay? And you can stop right there. We'll work with the rest. I don't want to see people, I want to be able to see if we can get this efficiently and not be able to struggle. Once you get this alignment, you know that arm's going to bend. We just shifted back, that arm's going to bend. If we shift back and rotate, that arm will bend this way. And we have the Musha Dori. Do we see it? Yes? All right, trade partners.
The attack,
Sure.
so it's going to sort of do the kata. 1, and he's coming through, and we just kind of let the shoulder go.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that a lot. Imagine I was kind of bringing my shoulder back like I was getting ready for another punch. Most people won't just go, dead arm on you.
Right. Right.
This is 1, 2, woo. He's kind of capturing this as my punch is returning.
Yeah.
So please keep that in mind. Otherwise it's going to turn into this every time. And I'll tell you what, if that does happen, if we're switching,
sorry.
1, 2, if I'm starting to rock back in and the shoulder does kind of swing back down, this leads to other places we might go. We might have Gyakunage. If this locks up against the hip, we might have a whizzer with an arm break. There's a lot of stuff that can happen from there. Be aware of the nature of what's going on from the UK side.
And the actual kata is the straight arm, just to let you know. We're modifying it for the Musha Dori. The actual kata is overcoming this to the bay. 1, 2. He then captures that straight arm and actually steps in front of me to pull me up on my leg. No, actually keep behind your back.
Yeah.
Whoa, like that. And then he turns, hits me in the throat and takes me down. So, boom. All right, so it's that the actual kata is a straight arm. For those aficionados who want to know, that's more in line with it. But since we're in this Musha Dori, well, we can easily get into this one too. I also too am, just so you know, there's a lot of rotation of my arm this way as I'm going into it. My arm isn't just straight the whole time. I'm actually rolling my arm. Watch how much my hand oscillates, I guess, to get to that position. Same thing as if we were doing here, right? Here, around, the hand rotates around to catch and come up. I'm just now in this position. Hand rotates, comes around. Okay, so you're gonna need that hand action. Okay, good. Sorry, he's not going to noodle this arm, right? He's not gonna be, we're training halt syndrome. Here, 1, 2, I can't, Mr. White. Yeah, what the hell's going on? Well, yeah, because we need this energy of this coming in, this coming in, whoa, here. We need that. I need him to be engaged, into this. That's what makes it work, and if he's not engaged, then, okay. But like you said, if he does, great. We can go into something else. What I'm trying to show you here is you most of the time, will always see Musha Dori done from a perpendicular position to turn into it. It doesn't have to be. This is from a very straight line position. I should be attacking it from this angle, but I'm not going to. I'm going to shift in and get into here, and then whack and take him out that way. Okay, do we understand? We're looking at this from a different angle. Now, because of this hard angle, I need an attacker who's into it. Now, it doesn't mean be belligerent. Be slow, but whoa, coming at you, whoa, coming at you. Oh, man, you got me. Does that make sense?
This is very similar to the angle somebody might be at on their back, reaching up.
Yes.
You're not able to come in on that perpendicular angle when you're in that mount position.
Correct.
It has to kind of be this sort of linear, more shallow entry. I like that you sort of did this
Yes.
in contrast to that.
Yes, yes. No, that's the reason why, is because you don't always have that angle, especially if they're in that position. You are attacking straight down. How do you get something like that from a straight down angle? Well, great, let's use this and we'll find out from the top side. Make sense? Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Arm over, turn, go. Right? It can be that easy. All right, I'm just here, putting my arm over, walking behind him, picking my arm up. Getting on my side so my arm goes over. Making sure I create a hole in here. And then we go. Right, on the knife. Okay, see if we can make it easy. All right, this can, if your hips are not out far enough, this will be a struggle. Get on your side, extend this high, grab into this, and then go. Okay? Let's see if we can make it. This shouldn't. You should be able to get this without a lot of struggle if your body positioning is good. All right, so let's make it good. All right, go ahead.
Can I add to that?
Yeah, please.
Mr. Adamo, you don't have to go anywhere, sir. Actually, Mr. White, if I could borrow you, sir, just to save everyone's clothes. There's a reason why I'm kind of adding this sort of first attack to the other side. It's also to make sure people's hips get enough clearance. I'm not kind of doing this and trying to get this here. My body's in the way. I can't get this. My arm's behind me.
All right.
I have these inside controls. I'm shifting out. If I'm just kind of passing Mr. White's arm, we have space right here.
Right.
This is the space I create. Notice that there's a lot of hip angle. And then from there, this is where we kind of close up shop.
Yeah, he's completely on his side.
Yeah,
And which
Completely on
ones do you kick out? The far.
this one.
yeah. So my hips, if this is helpful, my hips are shooting toward the same side I'm ultimately doing. I need that space.
Yeah. Therese,
Hi.
stand up.
Hi. Yeah.
This is it. That's exactly where he is. Down. Here. Same angle. Just like this. Okay? See it? Yep. Again, for a second, sorry. Be behind them in parallel. Be behind them in parallel.
Number one, if someone's grabbing both my collars here, so let's say your grip's very much on the inside, and I'm stuck on the outside, this really probably isn't the technique I'm going to be looking for. It's going to take so much work to get there. There's better places. This is something where we're dealing with something a bit more on the outside. A very common mistake is I'll see people get up on their side but not create hip angle. What that looks like is like this. My body's blocking his arm. We've come across this before with Musha Dori, right? We've all seen that. I need to create a lot of hip angle, as Leslie put it. I need to L. I need to L myself. This is the L. That space that I'm creating my hip angle is the space his arm falls into to land this technique. I'm not trying to yank it up on my body. That ain't gonna go. I need to make sure I have adequate angle to set this up.
Do you see that his hips are actually coming up to where the elbow is? So he's not kicking just out to the side. He's coming up away from that person.
Does everyone sees what I mean? Yes, I'll do it to the other side. Go ahead. Yeah.
Actually, everyone go and stand over top. Get a top view of this. Go stand and get a top view of this. See where his hips land in relation to where they start.
So here's the start. Here's the end. This is one movement.
Can we go? Start right there and just turn right this way. So his hips are right on this line. Do you see it? Now watch where they end. About a foot and a half that way.
It's an Ishimonji.
Yeah.
It's 45 degrees up, way and back.
Yeah.
You need that space. Then once you got that, you crank straight in, you put your foot right up over the top. And Only if you like them. Yeah. Only if you like them. But create adequate hip angle. Give yourself the space to do this. If you don't, it will fail. You'll need to do something else.
Yep.
That's all.
Good.
Yes. All right. If you don't have this, keep working on this. If you have it and you can get it pretty consistently, let's tie it together. 1, 2, here. Yoko Ruki. Right to the break. Okay? Makes sense? So what we're doing is we're getting here. Shoot. 1, 2, she'll be right there. And over. If you have it already. If you do not and cannot control them with this, do not try to do that. You will be paying for somebody's rotator cuff surgery. All right? This will hurt a lot. But if you have it, you're in a higher rank, you feel like you got it, give it a try. Loosen up. Go easy. All right? Go ahead. A couple more minutes.
Don't just let you break it from the bottom. There are some things we can do to kind of try to secure that, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We've sort of kind of gone to here. We've tucked this on by, and Arden decides he doesn't really want to kind of stay flat to me. The guy starts to roll over. He starts to lose his balance. We're going to take this up to standing, and then there's our break right there. So if you're having an easy enough time getting this, bring them over the top, control this, get to mount position, and then complete your break from there. Sound good? Do you need to see that, or are you good?
No, I'm good. And one quick thing.
Absolutely.
Jack Barrios, that's what we're talking about. So just like when we were doing that one where we stand up and we're here, and I said, please don't go like this and like this. Do that down here too. All right, so if I'm here, Jack's here. This is a great position for Jack. She has a lot of room to work. If Jackie tries to do this and goes hip, then arm, it takes a long time. If her hip pushes her hand through this whole thing, she's right in there. All right, see how quick that was? It was on as she got to her side. All right, she was on her side and then put it on. She won't have that much time. And so she can actually work this and actually go. Great, I'm in a tough slot already. All right, that's one move. If you separate and move your body and then your arm, that's two moves. That doesn't work as well. Okay? Now, you better be able to get that in 2 moves 10 out of 10 times before you try it in 1 move. All right, that's the caveat, but that's eventually where you want to go. All right, good.
Mine aren't. I'm barely on the mat training. So yes, I'll be the attacker. I'll be the UK. So Adam's starting off his technique. He's coming around. He's getting this arm. Now, a pathway I might look at from here, assuming he's kind of stopping his flow for a second, or things maybe are a little, a little snaggy, is I might try to release some pressure on this arm. So that might look like a path here. That's something that could happen. So he's got this. As I'm going around, he's just going to roll us over that way. Yep. And it kind of throws me right over. If he maintains the lock, he lands with this still on. So that was a common thing to be aware of if you shrimp a lot. If you're a good shrimper, is if I'm again in Adam's guard, he's just gonna shrimp. Yeah, so just shrimping is it might present this bottom leg as a target that somebody might try to push down and pass. That's a very common thing to come across. So he's working that. I go to pass. He's still got this. Yep, I'm in some trouble. And then there we go. So we're using that lock as a way to maintain control of their balance and take away their ability to improve the position. But just so you guys are aware, that's why I wanted to kind of look at that, just that one little variant. That's all.